Yeah. Well, um, to anybody that's about to say that our season is over, Todd Gurley suspended indefinitely, NCAA violations. Just announced here a little bit ago, but not a whole lot of official news out on this yet. But from what I'm hearing, it's basically a pay for memorabilia type situation. Something we've seen before. Going back to AJ Green, selling a few jerseys or whatever it was he sold, some autographed jerseys or something, for which he got a 4-game suspension. Of course, Johnny dipshit Manziel sits out 1/2 for selling all kinds of crap. I think it was Jadeveon Clowney last year sold some autographed helmets and got no suspension. So we'll see. He's definitely not playing this week, that's for sure. And as if that's not bad enough, Sony Michel's still out with a shoulder injury. Keith Marshall's still out with a knee and an ankle injury. So we're down to Nick Chubb, who's a great running back, but he's a true, he's a freshman, going on the road, and after that, it's the white guy that played against Missouri last year, Brendan Douglas. So it's just the second year in a row now we face Missouri, and we're going to have no running backs. I mean, Nick Chubb's a good running back. I want to stay hopeful so bad for this game. I mean, there's not a bigger Georgia fan than Uncle Lou. This is just the worst possible news. And the only reason I'm making a video right now is because, I brag and gloat and, kick other people when they're down and stuff like that. So I'm making this video so everybody can see me at my lowest point here. And I'm trying to stay calm, too. But his Heisman chances are gone. You can forget about that. That's over and done with, regardless of what happens. That's over with. If he sits out 4 games, that's Mizzou, Arkansas, Florida. This is just the worst possible news. I mean, Georgia wasn't, setting the world on fire this year to start with, but with Todd Gurley, I at least felt that we had a chance in every game that we were in. That's not to say we wouldn't have got blown out at some point down the road with Todd Gurley, but as a Georgia fan, having Todd Gurley gave us hope that we, would at least have a chance in any game that we played. But this is just the worst. I'm trying not to overreact. I've always been a Mark Richt supporter. I've never once called for him to be fired. I know that's been a popular theme amongst some Georgia fans for several years now. So I'm not going to get on here right now and say anything that I'll regret, or that you guys can then come back a year later and keep reposting me saying something I don't mean over and over again. So I'm not going to give you that ammunition for later, but this is the worst possible news here. Some Heisman candidates can rape people and get away with it scot-free. Some Heisman candidates can spend all off-season making a complete ass of themselves and selling merchandise and doing this and only get suspended for 1/2. Some Heisman candidates can have a new roof put on their father's church, like Cam Newton did. But at UGA, if you so much as sneeze in the wrong direction, you get suspended. And go Dogs.